Hi everybody, today is Tuesday and I get up early enough and went into Fredericton to pick some apple drops. So they weren't open where I picked, but he asked me where it came from, which would have been 40 miles away for him. And I told him, and he said, well, we're not open. I said, what do you want? And I said, well, I just wanted to make some apple butter. And so I just wanted to pick drops. I didn't want to pick the apples from the tree. And so he said, okay, go ahead. So I went and picked 3 huge bags. And so I've got one large pot and one slow cooker on the go. And that's just with one bag. Now I might cut up some of those to freeze if I can find room in my freezer, and to make apple crumble or apple pie, something like that. Not that I wanted to be busy today, because today's temperature is like 33 degrees with humidity, I believe, maybe more. And I'm glad I went in this morning. I got there about 10:30 or so, I think. And anyway, I was home by 12 shortly after, so I didn't do bad. And instead of paying $40 for 2 bags last year, I got 3 bags this year, because I picked them last year from the tree. This year I picked from the drops from the ground. I made sure they were good drops. I did find a couple that, I think 2 out of what I've used so far, that I didn't want to use, and only paid $15 for it all. So that's a good price. So I'm thankful for that. Now, if it'll turn out for me like it did last year, that was my first time in making it, and it was so delicious. I couldn't believe, like, when they talk about apple butter, I thought, what is apple butter? And like, I know apple sauce and rhubarb sauce, but apparently my grandparents made that years ago, and my great-grandparents. So I want to continue doing that as long as I'm able. It's not a lot of work. You just make sure everything is washed, and I cut them all up in slices for that what's in the slow cooker. And in the big pot, I went and found another recipe, and it said just, you don't peel or core, but I core. I don't understand the not coring. I'm going to have to look that up and see why. Is there more nutrition in what's left in that core part? So I've got to look that up. But anyway, I cored everything, and in the second recipe that I found when I went looking was just to cut them in quarters, peel and core. Well, I cored and cut them in quarters and put them in my pot. So that was a lot easier than cutting them in slices, right? Anyway, I'm so anxious now. It'll take a while. When I made them before, it took me 48 hours. Now I've got to check on that recipe, because the ones I've been looking at online, they're only, and in the cookbook I have, says 4 to 8 hours. So, but the recipe I did last year turned out so well. I hate to go away from that a whole lot. I got to see if I have it written down somewhere. Other than that, today I haven't done much of anything, and I've read a little bit in a book and things like that. And a book that I borrowed from the cottage where I was, and Zane will have to take that back to the owner when he goes to do more of her grass. Now, he did that yesterday, so he won't be back this week, and I still have a couple of 100 pages left. So I've got about 450, 500 pages read, and it's a very interesting book, but it's all over the place in part 1, part 2, and I believe right now I'm in part 8, and I can't think what the name of it is. But I find it quite interesting, and again, it's about Perambel in India or somewhere around there, and their lifestyle way back in the early 1900s. So, like I say, and it keeps going up to probably to when this author finished writing. And I'm not sure how far that goes, but right now I think I'm in 1969 or something like that. So I'm looking at different generations. Anyway, I thought I would stop and let you know what I'm doing today. Nothing super duper, but it's something I'm doing for me. And I guess we can do that when there's just two old people in the house. And I'm alone most of the days because he's off trying to make a few dollars here and there. And other than if a neighbor pops over for a cup of coffee, I'm alone and through the day. So Lord bless each and every one of you. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And maybe once I have this cooked and it turns out well, I will take a picture and show you. Okay? Bye now.